Nowhere Left, Justice, Devotional Series. Episode 13. We come now to the verdict, and I am going to ask you to do something difficult. I am going to ask you to stay in it. Your justice breaks the world apart. Your wrath unmasks the rebel heart. The guilty stand with nowhere left. All righteousness demands the debt. In the first chorus, God's justice was pure comfort, because we were standing as the wronged. Now we stand somewhere else. We have confessed the fault in our own frame. We have admitted the same darkness lives in us. We have said, with whatever strength we could find, that His wrath is just and right even if it falls on us. So this chorus does not land on us the way the first one did. It lands like a sentence read aloud in a courtroom where we are the defendant. 4 lines. Hear them for what they are. Your justice breaks the world apart. Justice does not only set things gently back in place. Before it can set anything right, it has to break apart everything that is false. Picture the whole order of the world being shaken until everything that was propped up by a lie collapses. The scripture describes exactly this. Once more I will shake not only the earth, but also the heavens, God says. And then it explains the purpose. The removing of what can be shaken, so that what cannot be shaken may remain. Hebrews 12:26-27. That is what justice does. It shakes creation to its foundations, and everything that is not true, not holy, not real, breaks apart and falls. And we have already admitted we are part of this world. So the breaking does not stop at the world's evil out there. The shaking reaches everything false in us too. Every structure we built that was not founded on truth comes down in the breaking. Your wrath unmasks the rebel heart. Then the wrath does something specific. It unmasks. It strips the disguise off the human heart and shows what has been underneath the whole time. And the word the song chooses for what is revealed is not flawed or wounded or struggling. It is rebel. Underneath the respectable surface, underneath the manners and the good intentions and the carefully managed image, the natural human heart is in rebellion against its maker. The mind governed by the flesh, Paul says, is hostile to God. It does not submit to God's law, nor can it do so. Romans 8:7. We do not like that word, rebel, because it means we are not neutral parties who occasionally slip. It means that apart from grace, we are at war with the very one we were made to love. And the wrath of God does not create that rebellion. It merely takes off the mask. Nothing in all creation is hidden from God's sight, the scripture says. Everything is uncovered and laid bare before the eyes of Him to whom we must give account. Hebrews 4:13. Uncovered, laid bare. The mask comes off, and the rebel is seen. The guilty stand with nowhere left. And once the mask is off, there is no escape. This is the most claustrophobic line in the song. The guilty stand with nowhere left. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no excuse left to offer, no defense left to mount. From the very beginning, this has been our instinct. The first thing the first humans did after they sinned was hide in the trees. But you cannot hide from the one who laid you bare. The law speaks, Paul says, so that every mouth may be silenced and the whole world held accountable to God. Romans 3:19. Every mouth silenced, not arguing its case, not pleading extenuating circumstances, silenced. In the book of Revelation, when the full weight of that day arrives, Even kings and the powerful cry out for the mountains to fall on them and hide them, because the great day of his wrath has come, and who can withstand it? Revelation 6:16-17. Nowhere left. The defendant stands in the dock with the evidence laid bare and the mouth stopped, and there is simply nowhere to go. All righteousness demands the debt. And here is the line that closes the cell door, and it is the most important one to understand correctly. This is not God in a rage. This is not cruelty. The word the song uses is righteousness, and righteousness demands the debt. Sin is not a feeling God has about us. It is a real debt, incurred, owed, recorded. The wages of sin is death, Paul writes, Romans 6:23. A wage is something earned, something owed in return for work done. We have earned a debt, and a perfectly righteous God cannot simply pretend it does not exist. We said this all the way back at the start of the series. A judge who looks at a real crime and waves it away is not merciful. He is corrupt. He betrays the victim, and he betrays justice itself. So God's righteousness, the very thing that makes him good, will not let the debt go unpaid. It demands settlement, not because he is harsh, but because he is righteous. And we cannot pay it. We have nothing to pay it with. Not that we will not try. Trying to pay it ourselves is the deepest reflex we have. We offer God our good works, our church attendance, our charitable instincts, the fact that we are surely better than the obvious sinners we read about, as if any of that could touch the principle. But a man $1 million in debt does not climb out by digging coins from the couch. All our righteous acts, the prophet said, are like filthy rags before him. Isaiah 64:6. Not because doing good is worthless, but because no quantity of it can clear a debt of this size. You cannot earn your way out of a sentence that righteousness itself has demanded. Every coin we bring is counterfeit against this debt. We are not slightly short. We are bankrupt, entirely, with empty hands and a bill we can never settle. The debt stands, and all the righteousness of God stands behind it, requiring it be paid in full. That is the verdict. The world broken apart, the heart unmasked, the guilty with nowhere left, the debt demanded and unpayable. And tonight, we are going to stop right here. I know that is hard. Everything in us wants to race ahead and grab the relief. But if we resolve this too quickly, we will never feel the true size of what we are about to be saved from, and the rescue will shrink down to something small and forgettable. So we sit, for one night, under the full weight of the verdict we already agreed was just. But hear me clearly before you go, because I will not leave you in despair, and neither will the song. Notice that the verse I just quoted does not end where I stopped it. The wages of sin is death, but Paul's sentence keeps going, and the very next word is but. There is a but coming. The chorus we are in does not end on the debt either. Its very next line begins with that same small, world-changing word, but. Tonight we stand under the sentence with nowhere left and a debt we cannot pay. And the only reason we can bear to stand here at all is that we already know, from the first day of this series, that we are loved, that we were chosen, and that the God reading this verdict came down into the dark to do something about it. We are not going to open that door tonight, but I want you to fall asleep knowing it is there. The debt is demanded, and the next word is but. That word is where we go next.